Can you time the real estate market? Should you try? Is it even possible? That's what we're going to talk about today. So if you're interested in this topic, then keep on watching. I'm Stephanie Nause with the Homeplicity Realty Group here at Keller Williams, and I'm passionate about helping our clients build wealth through real estate. So if you're interested in tips on buying a home, selling a home, or investing in Toronto real estate, I hope you'll consider subscribing to our channel. If you enjoy this kind of content, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And I'd love to hear your thoughts. What do you think? Can you time the market? Go ahead and comment down below. The first thing to keep in mind is that real estate does follow specific cycles. So I'm going to do an activity that I saw recently at a workshop, and it's a pretty good illustrator of how hard it is to time the market. So I'm going to start drawing a line up, and you're going to tell me when to stop, where the peak of the market is, and then we'll go down. You'll tell me where the bottom is. So going up, tell me when to stop. Oh, and now tell me where the bottom is. Right? Obviously that's oversimplified, but it's really, really hard to time the market. And that's basically what I'm trying to illustrate, is that you never really know where the bottom of the market is or where the top of the market is until it's switched in the opposite direction. Real estate typically follows a cycle. It's an 18-year cycle, and there's 4 phases. So recovery, expansion, hypersupply, and then recession. And as I mentioned before, and as illustrated by the diagram, it's really hard to know what phase of the cycle you're in until it's already transitioned into the next one. And, I read somewhere last week, and it gave me a little bit of a chuckle, that there's 2 things that are certain in real estate. One is that prices are going to always be up over time, and that there's always going to be a lot of speculation about a looming recession. So, it's just really a question of when, right? And I've heard it all over the years. I'm waiting for prices to drop. I'm waiting for interest rates to increase. I'm waiting for the amount of inventory on the market to go down. I'm waiting for the market to cool. And the challenge with a lot of these things, from my experience watching, is that it never happened. Right? Like, I had a client a few years back before the pandemic that sold their property and went into a rental because they were certain that the market was going to correct. And what ended up happening was the market went up exponentially and they got priced out of the market. Sometimes the market will zig when we're expecting it to zag, or it just, like my client, it took an extra 5 years longer than he was expecting for the pricing to come down. So in that time, what the value of the property was 5 years ago versus what it is now, even with the correction, it still is up over what it was, right? It's just really, really hard to know what's going to happen with the market. And I'm obviously not saying to ignore market cycles, right? Like, history does have a habit of repeating itself. It's just that I've heard people saying that there's going to be a massive correction in the real estate market every single day since I started selling real estate 15 years ago. So it's really just a question of when that's going to happen. Is it now? I don't know. Experience has shown me that these corrections tend to come on quickly, and they have come out of them quickly too. I've seen a few corrections since I started selling real estate. The first one was in 2008 when Canada followed a little bit and had some retraction following the subprime mortgage meltdown in the States. And then in 2017, when the government imposed some changes and regulations, and then during the pandemic, for any of my condo clients, we saw a massive price drop and people heading out of the city and into freehold homes versus being in condominiums. So, it's one of those things, right? They say once you've read it in the paper or heard about it at your local hardware store, that it's too late. If everyone's already buzzing and talking about it and what's happening, it's already too late. It's probably already starting to transition into the next phase. So here's my thoughts if you're considering buying a home right now. If you're looking for a place to live in, then it probably still does make sense for you to be purchasing a home and start paying down your mortgage, and hopefully before rates start to increase, if you can get your interest rate locked in, I think that would be super beneficial. What's important now if you're shopping for a new home is finding something that you can comfortably afford and a property that you see yourself in for the next 5 to 7 years. The owner of our Keller Williams brokerage always says, don't wait to buy real estate and wait. that's my thoughts on the topic. I hope you got good value from this video. If you're interested in buying a home right now, feel free to DM me. I'm more than happy to have a conversation and guide you through the process of what it looks like to be buying a home in this market. Feel free to subscribe to our channel and give the video a like if you enjoyed it. And you can follow us at Homeplicity Realty on Instagram and Facebook. And until next time, bye. Thanks for watching.